Revlon, world's largest selling lipstick, world's largest selling nail enamel. Revlon, the wonderful new hairspray Silken Net that holds your hair in place perfectly. Revlon, greatest name in cosmetics, brings you What's Going On, starring Lee Bowman.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, and welcome to the new panel game, What's Going On? First of all, I'd like you to meet our 6 Revlon players, 3 of whom are here in the studio right now. First of all, there's a young girl who's sitting in for her sister, Audrey, who can't be with us because she's on stage at the Paramount, and here she is, the lovely Jane Meadows.
Hi, Lee.
Hi, Jane. And now the nationally famous columnist, Mr. Gardner. Hi, hi.
Hi, Lee.
And now the lovely star of that Broadway comedy hit, Anniversary Waltz, was Kitty Carlisle.
Good evening, Lee.
There you have our 3 in players. And now, with your permission, and if luck is with us, we will go to the outside and get our 3 out panelists. Those people who are waiting somewhere to stump these panelists right here. Come in, Gene Raymond.
Hi,
there we
Lee.
are.
Hi.
Hi,
everybody.
Gene. We'll see you a little bit later.
All right, all I can tell you is I'm having a time of my life, Lee.
Well, that's wonderful. And now, a talented young lady who I'm sure you'll see a lot of in the future, Miss Susie Oakland. Come in, Susie.
Hi, Lee.
Oh, you look beautiful.
Thank you. I'm holding a film. May I show it to you later?
Yeah, we'll look at it later. Fine, Susie. And now that talented young television comedian, Mr. Cliff Norton. Come in, Cliff.
Oh,
Come out from behind that cliff.
Hi, Lee. Say,
Hi.
I'm out here, right smack in
Yeah,
the
I know.
middle-
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Don't say any more. Huh? We'll be back in a minute.
Hey, okay.
There are our 6 Revlon players, ladies and gentlemen. And now we're just about ready to start. All right, panel, you ready?
Absolutely.
Fine. Now, before going to the first Revlon remote, put on your earphones so you can't hear us tell the audience what's going on.
I haven't got the fuzzy stuff.
You will have. Now, in case you're wondering about those earphones, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of loud music and talk is being piped through them so that they can't possibly hear me. Let's give it a little test, shall we? I think Gardner is probably the worst columnist in the United States. Working out all right, isn't it? Now, let's see if we can't pick up our first Revlon remote. Come in, Cliff Norton, wherever you are. Have we got it? There we go.
Here I am, Lee.
Okay, Cliff.
Can I tell you now where I am?
Yeah, please do. Where are you, and what are you going to do?
I am in Rockefeller Center, standing right outside the Cafe Francais. And in about 4 seconds, I'm going to go out on the ice at the Rockefeller Plaza outdoor ice skating pond, where I am going to take an ice skating lesson from probably the most wonderful and the most famous skater in the world.
Really? Who's that?
Our 2-time Olympic champion, Dick Button.
No, really?
Yes, he's out on the ice now waiting for me.
Oh,
I
that's
haven't been on a
wonderful.
pair of skates for about 18 years, but I know one thing. That if I can take...
Watch it, Cliff. Cliff, can you hear me?
Oh, yes.
Stay on your feet and you'll get a draw.
All right.
Stay right there, will you?
Yeah, fine.
I think we've got something. We'll see if we can't stump this panel.
All right.
Take off your earphones. Now, the audience already knows what's going on. You're going to have to guess it. You can ask questions until you hear this chime. We hear there it is. You'll hear it every 45 seconds, and then we'll pass on to the next question. Now, for an easy question, there'll be 2 or 3 chimes. For a very tough one, as many as 10. How many chimes do we have for this one? 4 chimes. Fine, let's start with Kitty Carlisle.
Who have we got?
I beg your pardon,
Who
dear?
have we got?
Cliff Norton.
Oh,
I thought
Cliff,
you knew that.
I'm sorry. I probably didn't hear you. This has confused me terribly.
Oh, hello.
First time around, Kitty. We'll do it.
Cliff, are you in New York City?
Yes.
You are. Are you having a good time?
Yes.
You are?
Yes.
Are you indoors? What?
No.
You're not indoors.
No.
Are you doing something physical?
Yes.
You are?
Yes, yes. Very good.
Is there a particular part of your body involved in what you're doing?
No particular part.
No, I would disagree with that, Kitty. I think he's using a particular part.
He is using a particular part of his body.
Yes.
Well, are you sitting on it?
No, not.
Are you standing up?
Yes. No.
And 3 chimes left. Hi, Gardner.
Well, whatever it is that you're doing, Cliff, do you do this quite frequently?
No.
Do you enjoy doing it?
Do you enjoy doing it, Cliff?
Yes. Oh,
You do
yeah.
enjoy- It's quite difficult to hear you, Cliff. You say you aren't standing. Are you in any other position which you might find only, let's say, somewhere in the subway?
I am in every conceivable position.
Sounds like a pretzel factory.
There are 2 chimes left. Jane Meadows.
Cliff, is there something amusing about what you're doing?
Not to me.
I seem to be laughing at what you're doing. Would it help me to nail down exactly where in New York City you're doing this?
Yes.
Are you doing it in Manhattan?
Yes.
Are you doing it somewhere around Fifth Avenue?
Yes.
Is it mid-Manhattan? Would it be from like 30 to 57th Street?
Yes, it would be.
It would be. And it's out of doors, you said?
Yes.
Would it be a public place, like a park or something like that?
Yes.
Is it the park? Part of the park?
No.
1 chime left. Kitty, it's up to you. Now, come on. This
Are you
isn't
in Central
tough.
Park?
No. Where are you?
I don't wonder you're a little dizzy.
You're in a park.
No.
Oh, but you are outdoors.
Yes.
Would it help me to know if you're alone?
Yes.
Are you alone?
No.
Are there a lot of people with you?
Too many.
Too many. Where is it? Ask if there's an
Well,
object.
I'm
All right,
sorry,
all right.
panel,
Oh.
you missed that. If you'll turn around, you can see for yourselves. Cliff Norton is taking a skating lesson from Dick Button at the Rockefeller Plaza rink.
He's doing about as well as I did.
Cliff, you were just great. Cliff, can we get... No, that's fine. Dick Button, take a bow, too, will you?
Oh, brother, that's some bow.
Dick. Dick,
Yes.
now that we have you here, what about skating for us? We've seen Cliff now.
Well, I think you saw a fine exhibition right there, but I'd love to skate for you.
Well, fine, we have some music here in the studio, so strike up the band. Here's Dick Button,
If
ladies
you'll
and
just
gentlemen.
let me skate out to the middle of the ice, I'll be happy to. Go, Dick.
That's wonderful, Dick Button, and thank you so much. And Cliff, we'll see you a little bit later. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we come to a special feature of what's going on. One of our panelists, Susie Oakland, went somewhere and made some film to try to stump the panel. And she's here with that film to answer the panelists' questions. So if you'll put on your earphones, Here she is, Miss Susie Oakland. Hi. Oh, Susie, fine. And you? I haven't seen you since you got back. Did you have fun?
Oh, I had a wonderful time.
Well, where'd you go and what'd you do?
It's all on the film.
Oh, is it? Well, let's see if we can't roll the film. And see if we get the picture here. Mr. Engineer, you ready? Oh, there you are. You look wonderful, too, Susie.
This is me at the United States Military Academy at West Point. My instructions were to wait for a blind date. And here he is. His name is Cadet Carl Cathy. He comes from Davidson, North Carolina. And he's cute. And unfortunately for me, he has a girl back home. But his orders were to show me around the campus. And my orders were to go with him. Carl showed me all the Civil War cannons and the buildings covered with ivy and the statues. But what I wanted to see most was something I remembered from a movie I saw when I was a very little girl. Flirtation Walk. There's the archway that leads to Flirtation Walk. I wonder how many times Ike and Mamie took this walk together. I guess what's going on along Flirtation Walk is a carefully guarded military secret. Or it used to be. Anyway, it's a lovely place, especially on a fall morning, walking along the edge of the Hudson River with a handsome cadet. Now, here's where the plot begins to thicken. See that overhanging rock in the distance? Carl told me it has a story that's almost as old as West Point itself. But he said he could only tell the story properly if we were standing directly under the rock. They call it Kissing Rock, and the legend, as Carl explained it, is that a girl must not refuse to kiss a cadet under this rock, or the rock will crumble and fall on her head. Now, of course, I realized it's just a silly old legend. That rock hasn't ever budged. But Carl seemed so afraid. And, well, what could I do?
Yeah, I see what you mean. You did what any red-blooded American girl would have done.
That's what I thought, Lee.
Well, that's fine, Susie. I'm glad you kept up the morale of the armed forces. Now, let's sit down and see what we can do here with this. All right, panel. Oh.
Hello, Susie.
Hi,
Whatever you were
Kitty.
doing, it took 4 choruses of the darndest marching song you ever saw.
All right, panel. The audience knows what's going on. You have to guess what Susie is doing and where she is doing it. How many chimes do we have? 5 chimes. Good. Let's start with Jane Meadows.
Well, Susie, it took so long. Were you having any fun when you did it?
Oh, was I having fun?
Really? Did you
Yes.
do it in New York City?
No?
Did you do it out of doors?
Yes.
Is this something that you have done many times before?
Specifically, no.
No. If
Specifically.
you were to continue to do this, would you become very tired, very exhausted?
Most likely, yes.
You would? Were you engaging in some kind of well-known sport?
Well,
Very well known.
A very well-known sport?
Very.
what?
4 down. 4 chimes left. Kitty Carlisle.
You were engaging in a sport in New York City?
No, not in New York.
Oh, not in New York City. Outside of New York City.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do we have to find out where it was? Would it be helpful?
Yes, it
Yes,
would be.
it's
Was it east?
mandatory.
All right. Is it east of the Mississippi?
Yes.
Is it north, east,
Yes.
like Canada?
No.
But northern part of America?
Well, Lee.
Is it New York State?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, you were in New York State, but not in New York City.
No.
Were you in sort of the Adirondacks or Lake Placid type place?
No.
Were you in a sort of sports place?
No.
Were you in a
3 left. High Gardner.
Well, you say New York State. Were you somewhere around the military academy, for example?
Yes.
Up around West Point?
Yes.
Was there somebody with you helping you to make this sport pleasurable? Let us
Yes.
say. Is this person very well known?
No.
But someday you hope to make him very well known.
I don't think that makes any difference in this particular instance. I guarantee you he's well known at the academy right now.
Oh, I'm sure he is if they're watching the show. Would this have anything to do with the sport of necking?
Why, Mr. Gardner.
2 chimes left. Jane
Well,
Meadows.
did it? You didn't answer.
Yes, you might say
Yes?
that. Yes.
Well, Susie, were you carrying on with one of the, what do you call them, plebes? What are they before they get out? Yes, men there.
Honey, by the time he gets out, he'll be a senior, believe me.
Is there any more to the secret than that?
Oh, quite a
Yes,
bit.
there is. I think you've just about got it, but what do they call them, and where is she? Where specifically is
what
she?
do you call them? Plebes at West Point. Plebe, you
Well, I'll accept that. Now, where is she?
West Point. At West?
Yes, but where at West Point?
Oh, isn't there a special kissing something or other at West Point?
Yes.
And you're under it?
That's right. That's wonderful. You turn around, Panel. Panel, if you'll turn around, you'll see Susie Oakland kissing a cadet under the kissing rock at West Point.
This is one of the more popular services rendered by the armed forces.
See what I mean?
Susie, all I can recognize is his neck. Do you think you'd ever know him again?
I think so.
He's darling looking.
Isn't he very cute? His name is
Well,
Paul
Susie,
Cassidy.
what's this?
Oh, I'm giving him a medal. He's so
medal?
gallant. I thought this was the ultimate of cooperation.
Over and above the Call of Duty.
Yes, indeed. He was the senior cadet battalion leader, I think.
Senior Cadet Battalion leader.
Cute,
That's awfully long, isn't
Very
it?
cute.
Well, thanks,
Suzanne,
Susie. I'm
you-
very glad
Susie
you
was
remembered
very
what he
cute.
was. There she goes, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Susie Oakland. All right, panel, it's time for the third Revlon remote. So, if you will, please put on your earphones. I will get up here and see if we can pick up Gene Raymond. We have our wires all set. Gene, can you hear me?
Yes.
Gene Raymond.
Yes, Lee, I hear you, and the camera's going to pan around now and show you some marvelous Christmas atmosphere, Lee.
Where are you?
Well, if you'll notice, just a minute, I will show you where I am. You
All
see?
right.
There we are. Welcome to Toy City. The population is over 2 million toys. The elevation is 5 floors, and it's in Macy's. And I'm not going to be alone with all these toys. No, siree. We got some
Oh,
guests.
boy, that's terrific.
We got some guests coming in, and here they are.
Oh.
They're youngsters from the Herald Tribune Fresh Air Fund, and they're going to have a preview of the Christmas holidays.
Oh, boy, watch their eyes pop out, huh? Oh, there.
Now, Lee?
Gene, I don't think Jeanette would know you in that.
Of course not. Now, what you have to guess, or what the panel has to guess, Lee,
Yeah.
is that Santa's pretty busy at this time of the year, and he asked me personally if I'd take over for a little bit. So the panel has to guess that I'm here at Macy's playing Santa Claus. Okay?
Fine.
Right.
Fine. Now, stay right there, and I think we've got something here. Just a minute. All right. All right, panel. Now, this is fairly easy. Let's start with Hi, Gardner. You've got to find out where Gene is and what he is doing. How many chimes? 4 chimes? Okay, Hi, let it rip.
This is live, I presume.
Yes, it is.
Gene, are you anywhere in New York?
Yes, hi, I am.
Are you in a public building?
Yes?
Are you in an office building?
No,
Place of entertainment?
I wouldn't call it that.
Restaurant?
No, there are offices connected with this Hi.
Offices connected with it.
Yeah.
Is it a transportation terminal of any kind, for example?
No, no transportation.
By any chance, are you in a building that is closed on Sundays generally?
Yes, that would be true.
How did you get in tonight, Bud? Anything to make it tough for us.
Special influence, special influence.
What type of influence did you use to get in this particular building? A police badge?
No, just the influence of Goodson-Todman, that's all.
I see. Well, that's the same thing without points. I wonder...
3 left, Jane Meadows.
Gene, he said that he was in an office building, didn't he? Someplace where there are offices.
No, I didn't say that.
No, there are offices in connection with this building. It's not...
Not primarily an office
No,
building.
it is not.
Well, is it a store?
Yes, that's right.
A store with office buildings above it?
Well, there might be offices.
Well, then would it be one of the stores along Fifth Avenue that has all the office buildings above?
No?
Do I have to get the particular store where you are?
Yes, you
Yes,
do.
you do.
It's in Manhattan, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Is it in Midtown Manhattan?
Midtown Manhattan?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, it is.
It is? And would it be on Madison Avenue?
No, it's not on Madison.
There are 2 chimes left. Kitty Carlisle.
Would it help me to know what they sell in this store?
Yes, it would.
I don't think we've got time to list...
Is it a great big department store?
Yes, it's a great big department
Is
store.
it a famous department store in New York
famous
City?
department store.
Is it Macy's?
Yes, it's Macy's.
And you're in Macy's, and we have to guess what you're doing.
That's right.
Simple, isn't it?
At this hour of the night? Well, are you on the ground floor?
Yes.
I know Macy's terribly well. You're on the ground floor. Are you buying something?
I'm not buying anything.
Are you in the guise of a sort of, like a customer?
One time
Customer?
left. High Gardner.
Are there a lot of other people with you?
Yes, sir, quite a few.
Not a lot.
Has this got something to do with the Christmas holidays, for example?
Yes, it has.
Are you trying to audition to be a Santa Claus or something like that?
Wait a minute now. He is playing, turn around and see for yourself. Gene Raymond is playing Santa Claus in Macy's Toy Department.
Yes,
That's
and I've
wonderful,
got all
Gene.
my little children here.
Can we
And
get
I
a
wanna
look?
tell you, come right in. That's it.
Can we get a look at some of their faces, Gene? Get that little one to turn around.
There
will
we
you?
are.
Let's get a look at his face.
I want to tell you that what we're going to do now is we're going to allow each child to make their choice of any toy in the store. And then after that, we're going to have a big party with ice cream and cake. How about that, All right. Sorry you can't join us. See you later.
Well, that's just wonderful, Gene, and thank you very much. Gene, be sure they get the toys they pick out.
He's the best-looking Santa Claus I ever saw.
Ain't he a beaut?
Yeah.
No, I figured that if they opened Macy's on Sunday, there's only one fellow who could do it, and that would be Santa Claus himself.
And you saw him.
That's
That's what I thought.
very good.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you've enjoyed what's going on. Next week, we're going to shuffle things around a bit. With us in the studio will be Kitty Carlisle. You were delightful tonight, as always, Kitty.
Thank you, Lee.
Gene Raymond. Gene,
You ride around on
we
that.
still got you? Well,
All right.
we don't seem to have him, but you made a wonderful Santa Claus.
Yes?
And Susie Oakland, I'm happy you kept that rock from crumbling.
Good night, Lee.
Good night, dear. We'll see you next week. Don't know whether you're going to be in or out. Outside somewhere, trying to stump the ends, will be High Gardner. Aye?
Lee?
I bet you'll never figure out what we have planned for you next week. Never. Cliff Norton, once again. We got Cliff there. Can we pick him up?
No.
Cliff Norton?
Hold on. Hey.
I can hear you.
Hey.
There he is.
Oh, he's doing better than I did.
Cliff, I think with one more lesson, you might be another Dick Button.
Oh.
And Audrey Meadows, whose sister Jane did such a wonderful job tonight. Thank you, Jane.
Aren't you sweet?
Thank you very much. Gene. Gene.
Yes, Lee?
Gene Raymond.
I'm in. Can you see me?
Gene Raymond.
I'm here.
There he is.
Oh, are you?
Yep, we're just...
What do those kids want? What have they selected?
Well, the boys all want two-wheel bicycles, and the girls want walkie dolls.
Well, have you got them there?
We're giving them all some ice cream and cake. Go ahead, fellas, sit down, have some ice cream and cake. And then we're all going to go around and we're going to pick out the kind of toys we want. I might even pick out one myself, you know.
Gene.
Yes, Lee?
Gene, have they indicated what they wanted? Can we get a picture of the
There's a little girl in the front
specific
row.
kid? Yeah.
She's got a doll bigger than herself.
Yes?
Oh, that's
The girl in the front
What
row. They both want...
Oh, isn't that dumb?
They both want walkie dolls, walkie-talkie dolls, like we showed. This young fellow wants...
That was as big
What
as
do you
he
want?
is.
He wants a four-wheeler bike. There you are. Try that one.
What'd you say?
Try that one. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
He wants a four-wheel bike, and he's just gone to try it.
Gene, are you going to let those kids go up and down the aisles and really take their choice there?
Yes, we're going to move them around right after this ice cream is done. He couldn't wait for the ice cream, you see.
Isn't that darling?
And you want one of those too, don't you?
You and fresh air fun. Is that
What would
right?
you like?
Say, Gene, you know, that little boy on the bike looks a little bit like Marlon Brando on the bike.
Gene, I'd love to stay there with you all night, and I'm sure the audience would, but we're a little bit pressed for time. And so, ladies and gentlemen, until next week on Revlon, the greatest name in cosmetics brings you What's Going On. This is Lee Bowman saying good night.
This has been a Mark Goodson-Todman production. Sounds by Adele Simpson. Some of the people you've seen tonight in remote and film sequences of What's Going On were flown to and from their locations in luxurious DC-7 mainliners by United Airlines, the nation's fastest airlines, non-stop coast to coast in less than 8 hours.